Welcome to Lewd Mood. I'm Becky.
And I'm Kelly.
And we're your hosts, two 40-something-year-old college roommates ready to take you on a wild ride through the bizarre, scandalous, and downright lewd news of the world and our own lives.
This is going to be good, folks. We promise you'll have a blast. So, without further ado, let's do this. Welcome, everyone. This is very exciting. It is finally happening. Finally.
The podcast is finally happening. It's here.
Years of discussion. Many cocktails have been shared while we drunkenly fumbled through what we were going to do, and it has finally arrived.
It's here, and we still don't know what we're doing.
No, not at all, which is kind of how our lives go, or my life at least.
Which I think this is why this podcast is going to be relatable, don't you think? Because we have no idea what the hell we're doing.
Absolutely. And I think we cover all the bases. So whether you're, like just a single woman with a cat like myself, or you're married with children and a zoo full of animals,
That's
got
me.
you covered. And anywhere in between.
That's right. I love that. We really have covered the bases.
Yes. So whatever your perspective is, we probably have it.
Oh man. Kelly, how was your week?
Well, Becky, last week I went on 2 dates. The date, the one date was not that great. The guy was pretty boring. We walked around. I think he either did an 8-ball of Coke or was just like, didn't handle noise well. We went to 4 places in 90 minutes.
Good God.
I got a cup of coffee and chugged a beer in that time and froze my ass off while we sauntered around the Chicago area. And then
Interesting.
I met another gentleman and I got choked in a fun way. So compared to last week and now
Wait a minute.
Do you need a minute on that choking?
Choked in a fun way?
You know it.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I might have panicked a little bit. I don't handle the very well.
It's not your thing.
But we had a good time. We made it. We did it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And now this week I am putting on my reading glasses so I can read through any notes I might have taken.
Oh boy, it's really full circle week for you. This is 41. We're both 41.
Yeah. This is 41. You get the best of both worlds. As Hannah Montana said once.
I have nothing to compare to your week. I left the house, I think, twice this week because I work from home.
I love that.
And no, honestly, it's killing me slowly on the inside. So I did leave the house last night, went to dinner with a girlfriend, which was really, really fun. But I have not been very social in the last week. So I have nothing to share with you other than my kid had a violin recital and my other kid earned his next belt in Taekwondo today. So, I mean, could our lives be any different, honestly?
I mean, they could.
They were this week, especially. They definitely were.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's why we're good friends. Is we once again cover the bases here.
We cover all the bases.
Kelly, I have to tell you a story.
Oh my God, I can't hear this.
Okay, so it's not about me. It's I love me some current events, and I love me some crazy reality TV shows or news. Okay. So I have been following this story for, it feels like a lifetime because it's been going on for years and years. But tell me, you know who Gypsy Rose is?
You know I know this.
Gypsy Rose. Okay. So those of you that are listening that don't know who Gypsy Rose is a woman who, when she was a child, mother had Munchausen by proxy. And basically, if you're not familiar with that, it's basically a mental illness that you make your loved ones sick, and so you can care for them for the attention. So Gypsy Rose was this young girl whose mother basically like ruined her life medically by poisoning her and making her sick and doing all these things, had her in a wheelchair, had all her teeth taken out.
Oh my God.
Insane. Okay. She had Make-A-Wish. She had all these crazy things. It was all fake. And then Gypsy Rose, as a young woman / teenager, met a man online, similar in age to her, and they wanted to be together. Mom wasn't having it. So the boyfriend killed her mother.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's Gypsy Rose. I'm looking at my notes here. Yeah, she definitely went to prison for 8 years
Oh,
for plotting to murder her mother. Her mother's name was Diddy. So definitely happened. So her and Nick got married while she was in prison.
okay.
To each their own, right?
Yeah.
Like, so Gypsy just got out of prison last year and moved in with her husband after them being separated this whole time. And now they have broken up. She has left her husband.
She,
And there's rumors that now she has an OnlyFans.
oh my God. Should we
Yeah.
figure out if this is a true story? Like this, that she really does have an OnlyFans?
So listen, I did a deep dive on
Oh,
Twitter last
I love
night
this. I love
and
this.
was looking. So really to search for like someone's OnlyFans, I think you really have to have an account. So I'm willing to take one for the team and like create a guest account or whatever it's called so I can like look at people's pages and see if I can find it and I'll report back. But I am just fascinated by this story. And you know what the weirdest thing about this? Now you need to look this up. I can't really show you, but Gypsy Rose's husband, that she is separated from currently, looks remarkably similar to her mother.
Stop it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
You
my
have to
God.
look it up.
That
You have
is,
to look it up. Oh, yeah.
I, this story, the more I hear about it, I mean, it's very sad, of course.
Oh,
However,
it's so sad.
the more I hear about it, the more fascinated I am about this. It makes me want to like Google like psychology stuff and like get to the bottom of what is going on.
Yeah. I mean, this you gotta look at a side by
That's
side.
like
It's
Freud.
freaky as hell.
That's
It is Freudian. Yeah, it is.
very
It's really I mean, I don't know at the time, like maybe when they were younger, but now as he has grown up 8 or 9 years later, he definitely looks so similar to her mother. It's freaking me out. This poor woman has been through the ringer, but boy, I think listen, it's a matter of time before she makes I really hope for her sake she doesn't make a bad choice and like go into like the porn world or there's something's gonna happen there. I don't know, but
but we're gonna
isn't that
watch
a crazy story?
we're gonna wait and we're
It's a
gonna
pretty
see what
crazy
happens.
story.
And we'll get back to you guys. I love that.
Yeah.
Have you been following Diddy? Have you been following this shit show that allegedly, and I'm gonna say this allegedly, uh,
All of this is alleged.
that allegedly is going down? Whoo.
So listen, I have seen it. I don't exactly know the deets, but I'm getting Epstein vibes from this. Am I correct?
100%.
Oh
I
boy.
if I cannot even tell you, Becky, the amount of hours I have spent TikToking, like just scrolling through, listening to all these theories, the conspiracy theories, the Sloan Bellas, the psychic mystic medium that had predicted
Oh,
this back in January that something was going to happen with Diddy and then it was going to be like a collapse of other celebrities.
okay, listen, let's rewind like 6 months or a year ago. Do you remember when Little Nas, the rapper, was coming out and saying that Hollywood is gonna be exposed and all this stuff is gonna go down and you guys don't even know what's going on?
Yeah.
I feel like this might have been what he was talking about.
Yeah. Because apparently there was a
Wow.
lot of people going down.
I don't know enough about this.
Okay.
So what is the alleged happenings? Tell me.
So, of course, I get my news from the most trusted news source, TikTok.
Of course. Number
So,
1.
take what you will from my TikTok information.
Got it. With a grain of salt.
um, very, very like a half a grain of salt. However,
Okay.
so several months ago, Cassie, a singer, right? She
Yes.
was with
I
Diddy
know
for a
Cassie.
while. So she
Right.
had she had filed a lawsuit, but she didn't file the lawsuit against Diddy himself because she filed it against his whole company. So because she didn't file it personally against him, apparently he couldn't just sweep it under the rug, pay her
Oh,
off. She filed
sure.
against his whole company. So it had to be
Smart
so it
girl.
became yes, so it
Smart.
became
Smart.
news. So they released kind of what had happened, right? And so she
Okay.
alleges that there was like prostitution, that she was pimped out to male
No.
prostitutes, that he videotaped her having sex, that he beat her, that he had underage concubines, that there was not only, yeah, a lot of stuff.
What?
So then another, like a couple months later,
Well, let's be
another,
honest, anybody that's underage is not willingly there, so they were being
yes,
trafficked.
they were being trafficked.
Wow.
Yes. Um, So then there was a rapper that had like filed this lawsuit against him for similar stuff, saying that Diddy was pimping him out. He was forcing him to have sex with him. He was forcing him to have
What?
sex with other male rappers. Um, that
So Diddy might be gay
so Diddy likes to do it with everyone.
with everybody and anybody.
Yeah, but this
He is
also
fluid.
he is very fluid. But this also alleges that there was not only like underage girls getting trafficked, but also boys getting trafficked.
No.
Yeah. And so there's so they finally like the feds like built up a case and they raided Diddy's house. He flew to the Cayman Islands or to the
I did see
Caribbean
that.
or
He's gone.
something like that. He was just like,
Where
I'm
he
out
can't
of here.
isn't it some place where he can't get extradited?
Yeah. But there's also like
Oh,
drug trafficking charges. So he was just trafficking everything.
sheesh. Oh,
It is
man.
insane. So this is all like alleged stuff, right? And
Right.
my trusted news source, TikTok. Um,
Number 1.
yes, but there is like some like this is supposed to be like a whole tangled web. Like Cuba Gooding Jr. They're alleging that possibly Justin Bieber was one of his victims.
No, the
Possibly
beeps.
Usher was one of his victims as well when he was
Oh,
younger.
no.
There's
Right,
like
because didn't he, like he has really, like, recruited a ton of artists,
yeah,
like, really developed them, like, a lot of people in the industry. I mean, he's been around forever.
yeah, it was
Holy
crazy.
shit, Kelly. Well, that is insane. Okay, so, I was a big fan of Making the Band on MTV back in the day
Yeah.
when Danity Kane was developed,
Uh,
and I always loved Aubrey O'Day,
same,
who
same.
is stunningly beautiful
Yep.
and was an incredible singer, and she has come out in the last couple years and really talked about how she was taken advantage of. All the girls, women, excuse me,
Mhm.
in Danity Kane were taken advantage of by Diddy, not being paid, basically like working for him for years at
Yep.
no pay, not enough money to like even leave because they had been, sucked
Yeah.
into this
Yeah.
whatever. And so she was on Call Her Daddy and some other podcasts talking about this. And she has been really upfront that the reason why she was kicked out of the group was because she wouldn't sleep with Diddy.
Yep.
That he was like blackmailing her basically and like trying to get her to sleep with people. I don't have all the details in front of me, but like you should listen to that. It's really interesting because she has really been like, I'm done being quiet about this because they really ruined her life. Like
Oh yeah.
she had a hard time for a long time, I think, and now she's got her feet back under her and she's just like, I'm not going to be quiet about it anymore. And good for her.
Like the amount of craziness that's in Hollywood, like this tangled web of like deception and
Do you want to know why they're like this? I have this like theory that I'm certain is true, and I've talked about this before with other people. But I think when you have that much money
yeah,
and that much access to people,
yeah,
you like have to be so stimulated by insane and crazy shit in order to even have any kind of pleasure in your life. So I think that these men have been like, they can't just have like a normal relationship with a partner.
yeah,
They can't like do things the way you should do things because that is like so dull and mundane
yeah.
that they need like that's it's almost like people that watch weird porn, right? It's like, how did you get into that? Well, one day I stumbled upon it and I saw it and I watched the whole thing and then
And
I
then
got
next
off and now that's the only way I can get off
and now
is
I
by
just
watching
listen
like,
to kittens doing it.
oh god, it's just the most terrible shit. So I truly think
Yeah.
like that having that much access to stuff is not good. I will
No.
take my boring leaving the house twice in 1 week life to not have to watch or do something that like damages another person or like ruins someone's life or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Oof.
fuck?
Shit.
That
That is
is crazy.
I think you're 100% right, actually. I don't think that's a theory. I think that is 100%
I'm sure
right.
there's psychology behind that.
Yeah. I took one psychology class in college, so
Me too. I was a
pretty
social worker. That
sure
doesn't count though.
pretty sure
We
that
know.
yeah, I mean,
It's
it's,
probably a fact.
it's probably a fact.
Again, these are all alleged
Uh,
allegations against
yes, but
Sean Puff Daddy Diddy Combs. Well, Kelly, that was insane. Thank you for sharing about Diddy. Boy, I'm gonna have to get on the Diddy side of TikTok now for
yeah,
sure.
it will take you down like, girl. I was on there for a long time, a long time.
Okay, good to know.
Yes.
Whew.
Mhm. So, Becky, while we're sad as we are already after
Shall we
discussing,
perk it up a bit? Shall we perk it
uh,
up?
well, let's get it. Let's drop it down one more time before we perk it back up. Let's talk about Lizzo.
Oh,
Pretty sweet Lizzo.
Lizzo.
She was
I
like,
love her.
were you just working your fucking ass off and you are just getting disrespected by people all fucking day, all fucking night? Like grown men with ponytails trying to tell you you're bad at your job. Like just
Ooh.
so fucking pissed off that you're just
Wait,
like, fuck it.
is
I'm
there
out.
anything worse? Is there anything worse than a grown man with a ponytail trying to tell you what to do?
I tell you, not much.
There's nothing worse.
Not
I don't want
much.
that.
You
Get
know what?
out of here with that ponytail energy. I don't want
Boy,
it. So let's
I
talk about Lizzo. What happened with her?
she just got so fucking sick and tired of everybody just piling on her, giving her this like bad news that she was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm out. I quit. I'm not doing this anymore.
She
I
posted
res-
it on her Instagram last night. I saw that.
yeah. And I respect her. I mean, listen, Lizzo brings me so much joy and happiness.
I agree.
Some
I
days
love
I'm
her.
feeling good as hell.
Yeah.
I just, but I don't blame her. She's
It's
just
a
like,
lot.
fuck it. And you know what? I might just say fuck it too. Get out of here.
Well, I don't like
Ponytail
that.
energy.
Get out of here with that ponytail energy. Hopefully nobody with a ponytail was fucking with Lizzo because
Oh,
she's a queen and we love her.
we do love
And I will say, as somebody who played the flute in high school,
a flautist.
which I will say, not a cool instrument to be playing. Nobody's like, "Oh, bring your flute and let's have a jam session."
I love when you flout it.
When I flouted my flute for you.
When you
You
flout
love
the
that?
flute.
Listen, I can still play it.
I
I
good.
can still
I
play it. But
love it.
anyway, watching a woman make the flute cool was like, for me, like that's what sold me, other than I love her music. But like for her to be like, yeah, I fucking play the flute and I'm good at it. And then just rocking it. I mean, she has done so much, I think, just for her community, for body positivity,
Yeah.
for the music industry. If you've not watched her documentary, you should watch it. It's really good.
Yeah.
But I don't blame her for just being like, you know what? I didn't sign up to be the butt of people's jokes.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up to get ragged on for every little thing I do. She is comfortable with who she is. And I don't know why that's anybody's business.
Yeah. I was so sad at the news, but you know what? I respect Lizzo. I respect everything she does. And I'm 100% on board. If she wants to peace out for a little bit,
Yeah.
come to
Take a
Chicago.
break, girl.
Do
Come to
some small
Chicago. The
concerts.
men, the men are great in Chicago.
Are they?
You tell me.
Sometimes.
Doesn't sound like it. I don't
All
know
right,
if they're great anywhere.
man. I'm just a single woman with a cat, as I've been described by a boss or two. That's just, I'm just looking for a lumberjack to split my bills with.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
I will
I'll be on
say
the lookout.
the dual income is nice. I will say.
Man, I just want that dink life so bad. That double income, no kids.
Oh, you're almost there. You have the sink life, single income, no kids.
That's true.
Is that a thing? Let's make it a thing.
I'll just call myself a sinkwalk, a single income, no kids with a cat.
I love that.
Thank you.
I think let's hashtag that sink walk.
Should we get merch?
Why not? There's
Just,
plenty of you that are out there. You
just,
know want to know
just a single woman
who's
with a
the
cat.
queen? You want to know who the queen of that is?
Who?
Taylor Swift.
Oh God, I fucking love Taylor Swift.
Her and her cats.
Good for her.
I
People
love
don't
her.
like. You know what else is great about having a cat?
Tell
other
me.
than their adorable angels that have been sent down from heaven
Of
to
course.
be your best
Of
friends.
course.
Um, red flag detectors. They are red
Mm,
flag detectors. This for me is a big thing. If men don't like them, if they don't have any trauma, like no cat trauma, they aren't allergic to
no cat
cats,
trauma.
but if they just don't like the cat, that's a big red flag for me because that means they want to control people. You can't control a cat.
You can't.
You cannot control a cat.
I know this.
Dogs will love you if you're awful to
Listen,
them. Cats, you got to earn that respect. And if a man is not willing to be nice to a cat, he's not going to be nice to you. He wants to control you. And that is why I'm single with a cat.
that's true. What
That's
a great judge of character.
yep.
If you can judge your date on how they treat your pet, especially a cat who
Yeah.
maybe doesn't like give out affection for free, right?
Yeah.
And your cat
Randall
certainly does
does
not give
not.
out.
No,
You got to earn Randall's love, and
you sure do.
it's a work in progress. I know because I have tried, and he sat by me for 30 seconds the last time I was at your apartment. It was the best 30 seconds of my life. It
Yeah.
really was. But that is a great indicator
Yeah.
if a man is worth it or not. I
Absolutely.
love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Now my dog, let's talk about Oliver.
Oh,
Oliver's 11. He's a mutt. Oliver would go home with the person that murdered my family. He would be like, "Oh, you're my new dad. Okay. Bye."
like,
And like hop in the back. Where are you going? Honestly, he would never protect us. He would never one time, this is funny. After I had a baby, one of my babies, I can't remember which one. My friend came over to my house to bring me lunch or hang out. I was on maternity leave. And she just came in without knocking or ringing the doorbell. I told her to because I didn't want my dog to bark, right? The baby was probably sleeping.
yeah.
And so she came in my house without knocking, and my dog hid in his kennel
Oh,
for like 2.5 hours because he was afraid of her.
oh,
She's probably 5 foot on a good day, and he
sweet
was
Oliver.
terrified.
Sweet little Oliver.
Sweet baby boy.
Sweet
So
baby.
he is not a good litmus test for a red flag or a green flag because everybody scares him or is a green flag.
You know what else is a good red flag picker upper? You
What?
just mentioned women's sports. You
Yes.
you talk about women's sports and you see what their reaction is. If they go,
Oh boy.
"Great, love me some Caitlin Clark. She's great at
Who
basketball."
doesn't? Yes.
Or if they go on a 20-minute rant about the WNBA and how that's
I
not nobody
can't.
watches it and nobody does this and blah 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 blah. That is such ponytail energy, male ponytail energy.
It is male ponytail energy, but you wanna know why people are like this? Why they are? It's because that's the same thing with everything else in life. If it's not happening to them, then it must not be happening,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
Same with politics, right?
Ugh,
So when people are like, "Nobody watches the NBA or WNBA," it's because they don't watch the WNBA, but plenty of people do, and plenty of people play basketball, especially women and girls.
yeah,
So that is some crap right
I
there
know.
when men
It's
are
like,
like, "Oh, nobody watches that."
yeah,
Yeah, they
it's like,
do.
bro, I don't like NASCAR. I think it's boring, right? But I'm not
Right.
saying never play NASCAR. Nobody watches NASCAR. That's not true. Just play it. It's not
Yeah,
my cup of tea. It's not my thing. But sir,
right.
do
Live
you
your life.
do you boo boo?
You do you,
You
boo boo. I love that.
oh
What a great philosophy. You do
yeah,
you, boo boo, and just
yeah,
forget about everybody else. Boy, we really covered a range of
got into it.
mostly like celebrity gossip today. I mean,
This is
celebrity
our thing.
news.
I love this.
I love it too. Boy, we had some pretty lewd shit going on in the world right now, but luckily none of it's happening to us. And
Oh,
so we can be happy about that. I mean, maybe
yes.
Kelly had some male ponytail energy that happened to her this week, but
Yeah, I was not down for it.
next it's a new week. It's a
Yeah,
new week.
it is a new week. But should we speaking of ponytail energy, should we get
Yes.
into some like headlines that are Florida headlines? Just to
Oh,
just to bring a little joy back into the world.
I think we should.
Becky, there was a family.
Yeah.
They were going to their Airbnb. They're excited about vacation. They're like, let's go to Florida. So they
Yeah.
go through, they're touring their Airbnb. They're like, oh, this is where the kids are going to sleep. This is where we're going to sleep. Let's go see what's going on in the pool. You know what they found in the pool?
Oh my god, tell me.
An alligator. Do you know what the
Oh!
alligator? Do you know what the alligator was doing?
Oh god, what?
the most Florida thing. He was chilling. He's just chilling on an alligator float.
No. An alligator was on an alligator float.
Alligator on an alligator float.
Oh my gosh. Could there be anything more Florida than that?
Maybe, because I got some more headlines for you.
So tell me some more. Please tell me some more Florida
Yes.
news.
All right, so this is how I wish to be when I'm 73.
Oh,
Maybe not.
okay.
Maybe not. So this Florida woman, she's just sleeping in bed, and this man sneaks into her apartment or her house. I just assume everyone lives in an apartment because I do. So this man sneaks into her house, butt ass naked, and he starts
Oh,
gyrating. So I'm assuming he's doing like the helicopter. Wakes her up, and he's
right.
just helicoptering. You know what this?
Right.
You know what this lady does?
Oh God, tell me.
Does she get scared? No. Does she pull out a gun? No. Does she pull out her fucking teeth? You know she does. You know she does. And then she goes, Grandma with no teeth. and, chase,
Grandma with no teeth?
and chase that motherfucker out of her house with no teeth.
So she took her teeth out,
She just was like,
yelled
oh,
grandma with no teeth, and then
you want a
chased the
helicopter?
intruder out of her house.
Yep. Chased him out. No teeth. Took those teeth,
Grandma!
took those dentures right out, snatched them whoop, right out of her mouth.
Right out. What a badass bitch.
I know. But you know what else could be more Florida?
Oh God, tell me.
Florida man was arrested for carrying urine on him. Police were like, Sir, are you trying to fake a drug test? Is that why you have urine?
Yeah.
No. Me and my wife like to role play. And we're using this fake urine for the role play. So my question to you, Becky,
Wow.
who do you think they were role playing?
In what world? In what world do you use urine in anything sexual? I mean, okay, I get it. People like to be peed on.
Yeah, maybe it was like an
They do.
R&B.
But typically it's your own pee. Like,
Yeah,
I want you to pee on me, okay?
yeah. So what do
Why
you
would you
call
need
it?
someone else's pee?
Yeah. So is it still a golden shower?
Okay, I have so many questions. Number 1, where did the pee come from? Number 2, why not just use your own pee? You have so much of it and it's so easy to replenish. Number 3, like, beyond peeing on someone, what else would you do with pee?
I don't know. You drink it for survival.
Well, okay, for survival, this is a Google search that needs to be done in
Yes.
incognito mode for sure. Because I don't want my ads showing up with some weird pee shit. Not pee shit. Pee. Let's not do that too. Listen, I'm talking right by my phone right now. So now I'm going to get all kinds of targeted ads. Just
Oh,
wait. Just
just
wait. And they're
pee
all going to be
pads. It's all gonna
from
be like pee pads. It's gonna be urine
no.
tests.
I promise I will research what else urine could be used for beyond a
Please.
golden shower in a sexual situation and I will share it on our next podcast. How about that?
I love it. I think
Is this
our
something we want to know?
I think our listeners do want to know this 100%.
I mean, I'm curious now that we've talked about it for 4 minutes.
Girl,
All
I
right,
have
I'll look it
one.
up. I'll make that my homework.
We do.
Wow,
We did it, Beck.
Florida.
Oh man, I'm so glad I don't live in Florida. God bless
I am
Florida.
also glad for more than one reason, but really especially for the stories you shared today.
Yeah,
So
fun,
thank you for
great
that.
place to visit.
Yeah, I don't want to live there, but I'd
Oh,
like to visit.
yeah, yeah, great place to visit.
Yeah,
Oh, well, we did it, Beck.
we did it.
Oh man, I'm very proud of us.
Well, Kelly, should we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up, Beck.
Let's wrap it up. Good advice all around.
I loved it.
Thanks for listening to Lewd Mood.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Becky.
Bye.
Bye. Lewd Mood Podcast is produced by Kelly Lally and Becky Pospisil.
Music by Paul Size of Red Beat Entertainment.
Listen to our podcast anytime on Spotify Podcasts.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Lewd Mood